Coming up this afternoon, independent power producers confirm receipt of payment from Electricity Company of Ghana as part of commitments made in June this year. And Bank of Ghana hints of going after financial institutions which fail to address all forms of complaints and reported irregularities by customers. And later on the food chain, we'll take a look at hunger and the role of the United Nations World Food Programme in reducing it. I am Beverly Broom. Thanks so much for your time. The details now. The Bank of Ghana says it will go after financial institutions which fail to address all forms of complaints and reported irregularities by customers. The central bank said financial institutions should strengthen their customer complaint system and expand it to undeserved communities. The second deputy governor of the Bank of Ghana, Elsie Ado-Awadji, said the bank will continue to collaborate with all stakeholders in that regard. She spoke to Joy Business at the bank's workshop for consumers reporting officers of banks.
Your institutions are dealing with. And we want your institutions to be strong, safe, sound, but also delivering quality services to your customers and expanding access to those who are not yet served or those who are underserved. All of this towards a stronger economy and a more robust and resilient economy going forward. Thank you and all the best.
Elsie Ado-Awadji is the second deputy governor of the Bank of Ghana. Now, the Independent Power Generators Ghana has confirmed receipt of payment from the Electricity Company of Ghana as part of commitments made on June 30, 2023. The payment, according to the power producers, serves as a testament to the collaborative efforts between the IPPs and ECG in ensuring the stability and sustainability of Ghana's energy sector. Even though the IPPs did not disclose how much has been received, it however commended the ECG for upholding its promise and promptly settling its financial obligations. It added that the IPPs value the transparent and constructive partnership with the ECG and remain dedicated to contributing their expertise and resources to bolstering Ghana's power generation capabilities. Moving on, Country Program Manager of the UNDP Global Environment Facility Small Grants, Dr. George Austin, has indicated that Ghana's sustainable development agenda cannot be achieved with a continuous neglect of the biomass energy sector. According to him, government needs to increase budgetary allocations towards the generation of energy from biomass. He was speaking at a stakeholder engagement on energy transition and sustainability by the Institute of Climate and Environmental Governance.
If we neglect the biomass energy sector, because that is where majority of our people live, and that is where majority of our resources are obtained. Charcoal production employs more than 4 million households in the Savannah region, and the income sources of these people fluctuates with the weather. And anytime we went into the dry season, you find a lot of them diving into the charcoal production in order to make a living.
Now, the Ministry of Trade and Industry has emphasized the need for businesses to adhere to strict quality standards to unlock the potential of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area Agreement. Chief Director of the Ministry, Dr. Patrick Nimu, said it is essential for businesses to embrace global quality and standards program in their operations to gain competitive advantage in the global trade value chain. He spoke at the closing ceremony of the SECO and UNIDO partnership to train SMEs on ensuring quality standards of their product.
For the first time, standards have now been developed for fresh food banks of oil palm and codes of hygiene practices developed for the production of crude oil palm and for processing of cashew kernels. The project also worked with the Tree Crops Development Authority to ensure these standards are part of their regulations.
Moving on, as part of efforts to harness the opportunities in the non-traditional export sector, Fidelity Bank Ghana has launched the Fidelity Exporters Club with the signing of a memorandum of understanding with the Federation of Association of Ghanaian Exporters, FAGE. Speaking to Joy Business on the sidelines of the event, Managing Director for Fidelity Bank Ghana, Julian Kingsley Opuni, said the bank is ready to help strengthen the infrastructure the businesses need.
In the past, banks are used to sitting back and formulating products off the back of the fact that we assume we know what they need. The idea of doing this is to work from the exporter back to the bank. What are their challenges? What support do they need? And so once we understand that, then the formulation of our products around even the interest that you will charge, around the term, how you structure loans, how you structure other support, then becomes a lot more relevant. And it's also not only about access to finance, it's about how we support them and get other partners to help support them in the regulatory environment, support for documentation, certification, etc.
Meanwhile, President of the Federation of Association of Ghanaian Exporters, Nene Davis Kobo, called for the creation of a special funding for exporters in the agric sector.
We are looking at creating another niche market for ourselves, because if you talk about agric, you can't use the same interest rate for commerce against agribusiness, and that is exactly what we've been doing, saying all this year, that if we can create another funding to take care of it. So we are looking. I know currently the likes of the Mastercard Foundation is doing 10% for Barclays. We are looking at Fidelity doing between 7 to 9% for our club.
Now, on today's episode of Food Chain, we take a look at hunger and the role of the United Nations World Food Programme in reducing it. My colleague Emma Davis has been engaging the country director, Barbara Clemens.
In a world where enough food is produced to feed everyone on the planet, hunger should be a thing of the past. However, conflict, climate change, disasters, inequality, and most recently, the COVID-19 pandemic mean 1 in 10 people globally is still going to bed hungry, and famine looms for millions. One institution with the core mandate of ensuring hunger is a thing of the past is the United Nations World Food Programme. Barbara Clemens is the country director for WFP.
For the work that we're doing here in Ghana, we want to do less of direct implementation and more of facilitation. So what is key for us is building relationships with our key line ministries, one being the Ministry of Food and Agriculture and their plan for Planting for Food and Jobs 2.0. We believe we have a key role to play in that, in moving the needle on Ghana's productivity, in moving the needle of Ghana beyond aid.
The 2022 Global Hunger Index report reveals Ghana's hunger score has declined by more than 50% since the year 2000. Further analysis, however, shows some regions have fewer malnutritioned and hungry populations, while others have more than the national average. Barbara shares some initiatives her outfit has been undertaking to address malnutrition in Ghana.
I think the main one that comes to mind is the work that we're doing in Karaga, where we are working with vulnerable women and children, providing nutrition support. We picked that area because of the latest census and the statisticians finding that those were the areas that was most food and nutrition insecure. So we're providing cash assistance and also livelihood assistance with a view that when people's food security are compromised, they continue to make negative coping choices.
The fate of any sector is now linked to technology, and Ghana's agric sector has gradually been adapting to the changing trend. The World Food Programme, as part of its new strategy going forward, highlights on digital transformation in its activities.
One of the initiatives that WFP is looking at for implementation in the future under our next generation country strategic plan that will be starting in 2024
is to pair those messaging with a loyalty where people will earn loyalty points when they make the decisions that we would like them to make, a well-balanced and a nutritious diet.
But how would you track that?
We are looking at a digital platform that will be able to do it.
Touching on one of the dire challenges faced in Ghana's agri space, post-harvest losses, the WFP representative emphasized the need to invest in processing.
We oftentimes think of save post-harvest loss so that we can consume or we can trade. I would say that's the role of innovation. How can we transform what we are producing in such a way that it lasts longer and is converted into another product?
World hunger is on the rise and affecting nearly 10% of people globally. If not addressed properly, the consequences will be ominous for public health, national wealth, individual and community's quality of life.
The full episode will air on Saturday at 6 p.m. on the Joy News channel. Please do make a date. Thanks so much for your time here. You can follow us on all our social media pages, including LinkedIn. The EcoBank salary account is a special account designed for workers of all income brackets desirous of receiving their salaries through EcoBank. With the EcoBank salary account, you are guaranteed all the benefits of a normal savings or current account, plus many more. EcoBank salary account gives workers free life insurance cover of up to 10,000 Ghana cedi, 24/7 access to cash and e-banking services, internet and mobile banking services, high interest on savings, no minimum balance, ability to save through the EcoBank Save As You Spend, a unique feature that helps customers to save and invest. Remember, the insurance policy covers death, permanent or temporary disability, critical illness, hospitalization, retrenchment, and more. Savings or current account holders at EcoBank do not have to close the existing account to enjoy the numerous benefits of the EcoBank salary account. Just ask your branch to switch your existing account to the EcoBank salary account. Non-EcoBank account holders should approach any EcoBank branch and ask for the EcoBank salary account. Switch your salary account today and enjoy amazing benefits at EcoBank. You can call EcoBank toll free on 0800 003 whenever, wherever for further details. EcoBank is the Pan-African Bank. I am Beverly Broom. Do enjoy the rest of our programs.